So, quick training here on Google Voice. Obviously, Google Voice is just a virtual number that we use for our virtual office. We are a completely virtual company. Everything is offline. And so we use Google Voice for our office line at the time of this training. We also use it for text messages. What's nice is with Google Voice, you can also send text messages directly to clients. You can share links with them. Like to a Google Drive, if you need to share some sort of collateral with them, or a link maybe to a mock-up or something like that, or a link to like an invoice if they need to pay their invoice. So phone calls from Google Voice are used to create faster results with clients where you reach out to them directly, where like a long email can be avoided and results can be just created faster. Usually you're trying to push an action item forward with the client, by contacting them directly and saying, hey, just a reminder, we need to get this thing done. If you can do it for me, if you need their help, or just, reaching out to them and saying, hey, I emailed you, didn't hear back. Maybe I can help you with something. And then you can also reach out directly with Google Voice to schedule a Zoom call and say, hey, do you just want to get on a Zoom call? I can see your screen. We can meet that way. And the Google Voice is kind of a nice segue to just kind of get them into the Zoom call to get things done. So always identify yourself when you call the client, because they're going to see a strange number come up, and just say, hey, this is Chris with Acceleration Enterprises, giving a call, because we're trying to take care of X, Y, and Z item. How are you today? How are you doing? Always, make sure you lean on your soft skills. What do you got going on today? So use your soft skills when you communicate on the call, and use those open-ended questions as well, and say, tell me more about that. Well, that's great. Okay. And then make sure you don't have significant background noise. So when you're using the Google Voice line, you're speaking to clients, make sure you don't have a bunch of noise around you. Make sure you test the microphone you're using in advance. Just like with Zoom, make sure your hardware works before you try to bring a client into the situation, because your job as a client service representative is to ensure client experience is great, the client relationship is great, and everything goes smoothly. So Google Voice is never used for internal or personal communications. Okay. So don't use our office number to call another agent or call somebody else in the company. It is strictly used for client purposes only. Definitely don't use it for personal use as well. The Google Voice number is for client use only, and we keep a record of the numbers that are called on it, the text messages that are sent, and so it is monitored by multiple people on the team. So make sure you adhere to this policy. All right. And then in the next part of the training, I'll give you a quick overview of the actual Google Voice interface. Okay, so this is the basic Google Voice interface as it sits as this training. It really hasn't changed that much for a long time. It's been this way for years, and I suspect that it won't change very much from here. And there really isn't much to know. Basically, you want to make sure that you're taking a look over here, because what we do, the CSRs take turns. As a CSR, you'll take turns like monitoring our office number, where you actually leave this open in a tab, the office number. Because as you can see, we get calls throughout the week. It's not uncommon for any given busy week too, if we're busy, to get calls daily, every day actually. And for clients to call back. And so as this happens, what's really important if you're monitoring is to update tasks, and let the other CSRs in charge of these clients know. Unless you're familiar with the client, then just call them back right away if you know who it is or it's one of your clients. But otherwise, you're actually going to like update people in ClickUp. You can easily just take a screenshot of this right here, like when they called. Like I just like to use the little screenshot tool here. Boom, grab a screenshot of that, drop it in the ClickUp comment related to the client service task. Same thing with text messages. You'll see text messages come through. And sometimes like the client sends a message through, it's really important. And then what you're going to do is shoot them a message and say, hey, this is what's going on. So anyway, what's important is like, if there is a question or something you need to convey to another CSR, go ahead and screenshot it, and then drop it in the client task under the comments, in the comments section. Okay. And then you'll see also like sometimes clients like say the name of like a rep that they're working with. No need to worry about that. just, what's going to happen is the rep is going to come in and communicate with them as normal here when you update them. And then this way, as a team, we do a pretty good job Monday through Friday, staying on top of everything. And then just simply communicating to one another and working as a team and saying, hey, this client has this going on, just making you aware, so works out pretty good that way. And then this is where you'll call people if you need to. You can also send the text messages in that text message area over here on the left-hand side. And yeah, so if the phone line rings while you have it open in a tab, you will hear it ring. So be prepared. Like, when you have the Google Voice open, like, we probably get an average of 1 to 2 calls per day. So if it's your turn to kind of have that tab open as a CSR and you get a call, you're going to answer it. When you answer, you say, hey, it's a great day at Acceleration Enterprises. How can I be of excellent service today? Very simple. It's a great day at Acceleration Enterprises. How can I be of excellent service today? Good attitude, positive greeting right away. When you hit people with that, when they answer, when they hear you say that, it's above and beyond what most companies say when they answer the phone, just like, hello, or, Acceleration Enterprises, this is Bob, or something. It sounds really generic. So you want to be exceptional. You want to answer it and say, hey, it's a wonderful day here at Acceleration Enterprises. How can I be of excellent service today? Okay. So that's the greeting if it rings and you answer. And that's what I want you to do in a positive, upbeat attitude. Okay. So that's a quick rundown on the interface on using Google Voice. Make sure if you see a voicemail, check it, grab that voicemail. When you pull up voicemails on Google Voice, you can actually download them. Like, you could download it and then upload it to the Google. So if we go here, we do download. It comes through as an MP3 actually. And then you could upload that in ClickUp. I would recommend you actually go upload that voicemail in ClickUp, tag the agent in charge and be like, hey, we got this voicemail from the client. That actually helps them just listen to it and then handle any sort of, question, concern, whatever the problem might be. Okay. So if you see voicemails, double check them. You'll see a little icon pop up. If it's your shift, just roll through the messages. Like, if you're starting to monitor it, like, open the voicemail, take a look at it. Just make sure there's no new messages. Check the text messages, see if there's any new messages, and then check for missed phone calls. And then update the CSRs in charge and say, hey, we got to get back with this person as soon as possible, because we're looking to try to get back with people within 24 hours of them getting a message to us. So we got to have good teamwork and good communication. All right, thanks.